Hi, I'm Andrew Jenkinson and welcome to the Caravan Industry channel. Hi, welcome to a video. Now, this video is something a little bit different. Well, I don't know how different you want to call it really. Now, you know, I cover classic caravans, that's one of my specialist areas. And I'm in a caravan that I wouldn't say is a classic, it is a ABI UK caravan. It's a Manhattan, and it was built in the late 90s, 2000, just before ABI really packed up making tours and sold all their model names off to Swift. Now, when the original ABI went into liquidation in around about 97, 98, the company was bought by a guy called, I think he was called Gary Klesch, and he was American, and what he did was he put his influence over the model ranges. Some of the old original model ranges like Marauder disappeared. It was a big shame, as did sort of Monza too, and he came out with things like Manhattan and a couple of other weird and wonderful American names, and they didn't really do what they should have done. And unfortunately, as I say, it was a bit of a bad time. There was a bit of a sales downturn, and ABI basically gave up tours and, as I say, sold all the brand names to Swift. Now, ABI this year in 2022 is actually 50 years old, and a very, very, very quick little history lesson. ABI, how did this start? Well, ABI was originally formed in 1972, and it was a formation of a company called Ace Caravans and also a formation of Belmont Caravans. Both were based at Beverley on Swymore Industrial Estate. Both had started off in Hull, and Belmont started off about 1964-65 with their first model, and then Ace had started off in 1962 producing just a handful of models and exporting most of those out. A guy called Terry Reid started off them. A company, a family called the Adams Family Don't Laugh started off Belmont, and both companies became very successful. Ace started making statics around about 1969 along with the tours. They had a big export market. Belmont were the same, although Belmont never actually went into tour production. But it came about that the two companies were both very successful, and both were growing, and both had talked and merged and formed a company called Ace Belmont International, hence ABI. It wasn't long before ABI bought Eldis Caravans in 1973, and basically, luckily, they kept Eldis where they were. They didn't move them down to Swinmore Lane, which was proposed at one stage. But models came called Target, the same Marauders, and also named sort of Ace Jubilees in 87 to celebrate the Ace name at 25 years. Ace Debutines. ABI was massive, and it overtook CI Caravans, Caravans International, which you've probably heard me talk about so many times and got bored of it, so I won't go on in more. But they became the biggest caravan manufacturer in the UK and around about the fourth largest manufacturer in Europe. And ABI actually expanded out into the US as well at one stage with their twin axle awards in about 1983-84. Right, okay, history lesson done. ABI, as I say, went bust in about 97, 98, and as I say, this guy took over an American, renamed it ABI Caravans UK. ABI Caravans UK are now still around, but they make statics only and have done since the mid 2001. And they make a fantastic range of lovely luxury and also entry-level static caravans, or I prefer to call them leisure homes. Anyway, 50th anniversary. Let's have a quick look around this particular van, this Manhattan. Yes, it's in the bargain basement here at Lancashire Caravans, just outside of Darwin. It's, I think, about £2,000 or something like that. I'll put the full details up after. But I just want to look around. Yes, some things are starting to fall to pieces. It's just a very sort of starter van for somebody who just wants to quickly see what it's about and probably just sell it back on again. It's not in bad order. The floor has gone at some stage. I can tell by the sponginess in the different levels. But on the whole, you know, it's just a memory lane thing for me. Yeah, the Manhattan. Let's have a quick look around it. Now, this was particularly the one with the front lounge, of course, twin singles, and also side dinette, and the end washroom, which with that layout was very, very popular at the time, and the side kitchen here, as I've just mentioned, probably. The heater below. There's also an Electrolux fridge, and also a oven with 4 burners. Now, this looks all very dated now, and of course it's bound to, it's over 20 odd years old, for God's sake. But at the time it was quite modern. You've got a big hikey roof vent in there. Let's have a quick look around. So the seating, yes, that's seen better days now, but at the time it was quite opulent, and as I say, it was pretty thick and quite comfortable. The furniture lockers, again, they were quite modern at the time. And you got these little fancy lights, which were mains electric, not 12 volt. The rest of these things, like the spot lamps, of course, were. 3 windows at the front, chest of drawers, that sort of thing. And, you know, designed as a family tourer. Come across to the kitchen here. It's quite a small sink by today's standards. And look at this sort of thing, the plastic. Very, you know, I'm going to put it, I won't say cheap, but it's something that very plain to what you get now, nice chrome ones and stuff. Even the simply in the entry level vans now, you've got your main socket here, and this was to check your battery and your water heater, and you even got a clock, which sadly manufacturers don't fit in anymore. Little cupboards here, big fluorescent lights, anybody remember them? And I can't say the 4 burner hob Caprice oven there, which I think Bailey used to fit in their early ranges, if I'm not mistaken. Truma heater, dual fuel, blown air heating, and this side bit here would make into a bunk. And again, look, there's more cupboard storage here. That shelves have bent a little bit, but God, yes, we'd expect that. We're not doing a test on, we're not assessing it for that, we're just having a quick look at it. It's sort of a modern classic in its way, and look, you've got an extractor fan in there too. And then of course you go into the rear end washroom, and someone's pulled the drawer out there. I think someone's been a bit of faff around. Shower in there, and it's a sizable end washroom. Someone's done a bit of DIY in there and decided, you know, here Mavis, let's put ourselves an extra shelf in here. What a good idea. Why didn't the designers think of it? They'll do it that next year when they've seen ours. No, they won't. Had a Thetford swivel cassette loo. It was I think actually this one. No, it was a manual one. Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't an electric one. But, you know, it's quite spacious. There's probably been a bit of damp in this somewhere. Big mirror there. See a big man in there. But this at the time was really modern. I remember seeing these new, being quite impressed by them. And I wanted to see ABI succeed again, because they had produced some really good vans, from Monzas to awards. Oh, they produced a range of vans for everyone's pocket. That's what I liked about ABI. But you say, you know, you got these fluorescents up here. Say it's all old hat these days, but it's just good to look at these things and just remember that, you know, how caravans have come along. And, you know, I tend to look at things from the 70s and 60s and previous that, but I thought it was just nice to look at something a little bit more modern. And, well, it's stuck down for some reason. Oh, I see, yeah. That goes over and it folds over that other side there to give you extra worktop over the sink. But, yeah, a bit of caravan history. Don't see many of these now knocking about. They did one called the Papillon range. I think that was all different coloured. You could get them in like a pale blue finish, and also they used to do, trying to think what else they did as well. Can't think top of my head. Oh dear. Anyway, I'll come to that at the end. But yeah, I mean, they were reborn ABIs, and I think if ABI had stuck at it into 2002-3 when sales started to pick back up again, I think ABI would have still possibly been producing Taurus today. I'd like to think so anyway. But I reckon there's a lot of people watching this video now have had an ABI van, whether it's been an ABI UK one or the original ABI from the original ABI company. And say I spent many a happy time with my ABI Marauder. I bought new in 1987 from Dave Barron Caravans, and that van had 4 years, and I reckon that was felt virtually bomb-proof. And I towed that way behind a 1.3 Astra down into North Devon and South Devon, and you know, that van was a great little van. Great little van. So yes, I do like ABI, and it's the 50th anniversary, and I think, you know, that they deserve to be mentioned on the touring scene. So that's it. It's just a small video, just a quick wrap up, and yeah, okay, let's have a quick goodbye. Yeah, I've just been having a quick look around after filming, and yeah, I can remember seeing these at Earl's Court on one of the few occasions I went to Earl's Court. First time I ever went was in 1978, saw the 1970 models and manufacturers, and you could hardly move. You were like that. It was absolutely heaving back in that day. That was the main show. But anyway, just thought you might like the video. If you don't, doesn't matter. It's just something I like to do, and a bit of a personal thing of mine really. It's the classic caravan stuff. We shouldn't forget our caravan heritage, our history, because that's where a lot of the modern stuff has come from. But yeah, from an ABI UK caravan, the Manhattan, and washroom, 4-berth, Lancashire Caravans here near Darwin. They do sell other vans that are obviously far newer, and some very nice stock up there, as I've just seen and spoken to my friend up there, Anthony, who runs it. Great guy, lots of years experience. And also, if you're looking for a used caravan and you're in this northwest area, then I certainly suggest you go and have a quick look, because yeah, decent bloke, and you get a lot of staff here that are very friendly. And I've just been here for a couple of hours this afternoon and been seeing people, talking to people, had some really great chats, directing people to hopefully the right caravan they need, or help them where I can, and I've really enjoyed it. Right, I'll see you on the next video, and who knows, it might be in a brand new caravan next time. I just don't know. We shall see. Depends if Swift let me have the break the embargo or lift the embargo or whatever. Anyway, see you on the next video. Bye for now. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you like them. Please don't forget to press the thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Bye for now.